All right, so today we all woke up to a new J.Cole song, which usually makes people rejoice. It usually makes people happy. Everybody's usually, they're praising their woke king. But that wasn't the case this morning. There's a lot of this. It's very decisive on the internet. Some people are in support. Some people aren't. Um, I have my views on the song. Again, matter of fact, let me go to it. Make sure we have it. I can make sure people can refer to the song if they want to hear it. It is called Snow on the Bluff. So J. Cole releases this song after rapper NoName. She has some criticisms for rap artists in the game about how they're using their platform to enhance enhance Black Lives Matter, Black justice for Black and brown people, period. Mention the names of people, just using their platform for positive influence and to make positive impacts. So he releases this song, and people are interpreting it as a response to her. That's not how I took it, but people are interpreting it as a response to her, and some people were mad about certain things. Before I mention the specifics, I just want to know how you feel about the song.
Last week I had a good couple of tweets about why I love J. Cole, and then he went and embarrassed me.
Okay.
Here's the thing, right? I think J. Cole has the perspective of any well-intentioning man that is not being empathetic to what Black women go
through. Okay.
And I say that because he says he has good intentions, and he just wants people to be educated, and maybe, if you spoke nicer and were more compassionate about it, you'd get your message heard. But that is sort of undermining all the shit that women went through. My equivalent is like a racist white man saying, hey, maybe if you guys just changed your tone, people would listen more about police brutality. And the timing was not good with what happened with Oluwatoyin.
Well, okay, the timing, I'm letting you know that I'm not cutting you off, but I relate to the timing. There's definitely a lot. Okay.
But what people don't realize is that there are always Oluwas every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I say he has good intentions, but he's not empathetic to all the shit that Black women go through. And the way it was positioned.
I personally didn't feel like it was an attack on women. I didn't hear that through the song. I heard him responding to her claims. I heard him actually complimenting her. And some people thought it was backhanded. I didn't think it was backhanded. I heard him actually bigging her up for some of her things. I heard him defending himself to a degree, saying his side of things basically, and I'm just going in basic. I felt like he was just saying, you can't tell everybody how to advocate. I'm cool. I respect you. I respect what you're saying, but I'm taking it personal to a degree that you judging how I advocate. And at the same time, I'm going through inner bullshit myself where I'm wondering if I'm doing enough. And honestly, I don't know sometimes. And honestly, I don't know enough. And I felt like we asked for honesty out of our people, out of the people we look up to. And I'm not here to say all honesty is good. If you admit you're racist, it's obviously not a good time to be honest. But in general, we want them to be honest. And when they're honest, and I felt like we got a very genuine J. Cole, we got mad at him for it. I didn't really, for me personally, that's how I saw it. I'm like, how am I going to be mad at this dude for at least opening himself out to say something that's not popular or that wouldn't just automatically heap praise. He just wanted to be honest about how he felt.
So this goes back to what Black women go through.
Mm-hmm.
He said she's really smart, but something about her tone is just bothering me. Women quite often, when they exhibit the same qualities as men in workplaces, are criticized for it as being aggressive or bitchy, where men will be seen as leaders or determined or, go-getter, scrappy. And women are, they're not that friendly. So many times, I can probably say, if you took a poll and you asked Black women, have you been asked to be friendlier at work or more of a team player? A good number of Black women are going to say yes. It's a very common thing where when we're not smiling and talking in a sugary, nice tone all the time, we're automatically seen as being aggressive.
Yeah.
Or not nice.
Bitchy.
Or not nice enough.
Yeah.
And you have to remember, like, so that's like if a white man went to a black man at a Black Lives Matter rally and said, you're yelling, the problem is that it's your tone. Like, how am I supposed to understand how my system or my people are racist to you if you're saying it in a not nice way? And the original tweet that NoName had wasn't like cutting anyone down like you're trash, you're a piece of shit, da 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 da. It was just saying like niggas can talk about everything except police brutality and what's happening with the black and brown faces that are financially supporting them. Mm-hmm. She didn't call anyone out their name, didn't say anything about anybody's mom, like. And the thing is, NoName does the work. Like, she leads an entire free book club.
Yeah, I seen she's a book club. It's got educational text on a lot of the current top. Like, and plus NoName
is educating people.
To be clear, she's a good artist. Beyond that too, like a lot of people don't know how good of an artist she is. I hope people check her music out.
I honestly don't listen to her music, so now I just have never heard it, so I've never thought to listen. Like,
check out her Tiny Desk. I'm just throwing it out there. Just look that up if you like that.
I'll definitely do that. I'm gonna write that down. But that's the thing, is like she's doing the work. Like, you have a woman that's doing this entire book club and all this advocacy, and you're like, but your tone. Like, if a white man said that to a black man, there would be no question in it. But I just think a lot of times black men don't realize how they alienate literally like 52% of the community.
I guess this will go to your thing. You're saying he's well-intentioned. I guess to go further, no, matter of fact, do you think he's a misogynist because of this song?
I think he's okay. How do I put this? I say this about rape culture a lot when I'm like talking about consent and stuff. Just because you haven't raped someone doesn't mean you're not rapey. Like, just because you don't hate women, like, just because you don't want to kick a woman on the back when you see her on the street doesn't mean you don't have misogynist traits. Like, if you judge a woman for having sex, but you applaud and look up to male rappers who talk about having sex all the time, that's a misogynist trait. If you think a woman being assertive is her being a bitch or like stepping out of line, but you look up to men who act the same way, that's being misogynist. So there's moments like that and this is where you have to like unpack your learnings. Like, I didn't know shit about trans rights. I did not know trans people existed until I was a teenager. Like, literally didn't even know it was a thing. And I never like disliked or hated trans people, but I never saw like what the big issue was or what they were dealing with or how it was different from what gay people go through until I was a teenager and then in college. But the thing is, I made the decision to just shut up and listen. Like, I spoke with some trans people in general and just shut up and listen. Like, I didn't question what they were saying. I didn't make them feel like I was trying to invalidate their reality. I listened and I read stuff. And now I can say, like, if there's a trans woman on the street who's black, she's going through more than I am. Not that it's like an oppression Olympics, but I recognize that she is inconvenienced in a way because of intersectionality that I'm not. Like, I have certain advantages and privileges being a person who was born a woman who identifies as a woman that a trans person doesn't have.
I see what you're saying.
But I'm not out there like, well, trans people tend to be very mean when they talk about their issues. Why would they expect me to empathize? Like, no, you're going through shit. So I'm going to understand and be open-minded to the fact that you might not always say it in the nicest way.
I understand that. I mean,